I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? A lot of people are in need of help right now in various ways. And when you look into the eyes of the average American, what do you see? Do you see frustration? Do you see fear, confusion, maybe a sense of resignation to the way that things are right now? When you look into the eyes of your family members, your friends, your neighbors, what do you see? What you see in a person's eyes really depends on what they've been looking at. If you've been looking at the headlines, if you've been looking at the projections and the statistics related to the coronavirus, then you might show some fear in your eyes. If you've been looking at the empty shelves at H-E-B, if you've been looking at darkened windows of businesses that normally would be open at this time and empty parking lots, you might have some trepidation in your eyes. The Bible tells us, I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? And it says more than that. It also says, my help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. I lift up my eyes to the hills. My help comes from God. And so that's where we place our eyes at a time like this. We fix our eyes on Jesus. We lift our eyes up. We lift our eyes up to the Lord who came down from heaven and took on flesh to be our Savior. We lift up our eyes as we think about Jesus who died on the cross and who rose up from the dead. We lift up our eyes as we remember that we have an intercessor sitting at the right hand of God. And for all the people who can say to one another, I'm praying for you, Jesus can say that too. How much it means to know that we have a Savior who is interceding for us, who is praying for you and for me, who is speaking a good word on our behalf, seated at the right hand of God the Father in heaven. I lift up my eyes. My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. So instead of looking backwards in regret, instead of looking forward in worry, instead of looking down in discouragement, I lift up my eyes to the Lord.